Well, welcome to The Pathway. We're digging down a little bit into Psalm 114. If you download the PDF, one of the first questions here in Explorer is what challenged or encouraged you in Psalm 114? The thing that struck me was when we read the first verse, that God exited his people out of Egypt, and that word of yatsa, the idea that God takes us out of circumstances. God exited Israel from Egypt, and that's when God is good. I love thinking about people singing that song, God is good, because he took us out of Egypt. But I think sometimes I begin to think God is only good when he takes me out of my Egyptian circumstances I don't like. So I love that cross-reference we looked at in Luke. Jesus is talking to Moses, the guy who literally led 1 million people out of Egypt. And Moses shows up at the Transfiguration and says, hey, Jesus, can we talk about the real Exodus? The real Exodus? Yeah. Because Elijah and Moses spoke of his death, his decease in another translation. But the Greek word is exodus. That God is good, not just when he gets us out of circumstances, but God is ultimately good because he stepped into our circumstances and exited us out of the real problem, the problem of sin. So in Try It today, it says to choose a promise of God that's helpful to you and look for a chance to share it with others. So maybe with your spouse or reflecting on your own or in your small group, maybe that's one. It's the one for me. It's this idea that, do I believe God is good only when he exits me out of circumstances I don't like? Or is he good because he stepped into the ultimate circumstances I didn't want, which is the consequence of my sin on the cross? God is good all the time. Share that thought with someone you care about and reflect on it this week as you're meditating on the pathway of getting to know God better.